Good morning, my dear friends. My name is Anvir Kashyap, and today I am going to tell you about the chapter 5 in our geography book. And the name of the chapter is water. So, many of you, your exams have started or are going to start. So, for those uh, who have their SST exams, I am going to present you this chapter. When you think of water, what images come to your mind? You might think of rivers, lakes, oceans, and many different things. You might even think of raindrops, water in your taps, the water you drink, the water that goes in the ocean, the water that the fish live in, and even the deepest part of the Pacific Ocean, which is commonly known as Mariana Trench. So, when it starts raining, the rain just accumulates and collects up into dry holes, which then become puddles, or just holes that we might not notice, or the rain itself carves out its path, not that the rivers that come through the mountains, but a little bit like down, it just hollows out the ground a little bit, and then just sits there, it just accumulates there. So what my children just play and row their paper boats in those puddles, and they have fun in those puddles, but those puddles disappear till the time noon comes. Why do the puddles disappear? You see, the puddles disappear because of evaporation, or you might also know it as the water cycle. The water cycle goes as a water body has some water in it. The water evaporates, condenses, no, yes, it condenses into clouds, and after it condenses, the cloud might get heavy and will be formed with water. It will be heavy with water, and then it might just rain down or precipitate on the ground. The ground might be a plain biome, a taiga biome, a mountainous biome. I'm going into Minecraft. Off topic. Now I'm back on the topic. And then it again accumulates into the puddles, the lakes, the rivers, the oceans, the seas, and other water bodies. So as you can see in the background, there is a map. That map is of Asia. Okay, so if you are able to see that map, you might be able to spot India on that map. The map on the map, India, below India is the Indian Ocean, and below the in the Indian Ocean many fish live. Indian Ocean is also the part of a large water body. Wait, yeah, Indian Ocean is a large water body, but if we count all the oceans in the world, it will be one large ocean, but we have like cut off the parts so we cannot like determine the water boundaries there. But every other ocean might have its own properties, or the ocean might be like the same. We have just distributed it so that it gets so that there is no war over the oceans. Oh god, but there might still be war over the oceans, like many common people might argue over the boundary of Pacific Ocean and Indian Ocean, or the South China Sea and the Indian Ocean. Many people might argue over the boundary of South China Sea and North Pacific Ocean. Okay, so let's get back on the topic. So oceans are dissolved with waters. No, yeah, they're dissolved with salts, not waters, because there is already water there. It is dissolved with waters. Most of the why it is dissolved with salt. So we might, the water in the ocean is saturated with salt. So we can also say that the ocean water is not drinkable, as many children know and many people know. So the most of the amount of the salt present in the ocean is known as sodium chloride, or the chemical formula for sodium chloride is NaCl, which we might get uh, from, causing the neutralization reaction between hydrochloric acid and what between hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide, we might get sodium chloride. Why go on the off topic? I'm going more into science stuff. So let's get back on the thing. On our earth, water is in a large amount. It is like what should be, it covers the 70, no, how much percent is it, is 70 or 71% of the earth's surface is water. I'm not talking about the whole, like land part of the earth's surface. I'm talking about the top part of the earth's surface. So 70% is 70 or 71% of the earth's surface is water, and nearly 30 or 29% is of land. So we still say water is precious, don't waste it. Why do we say it? See, our earth is like a terrarium. In a terrarium, it is a closed ecosystem. Now we can say that a closed ecosystem can be like many things. For example, if we take this, a glue. Now imagine this glue is like, now, no, let's take its cap. Yes, because it is transparent. Now this cap is transparent. Imagine my hand to be soil, and in this soil many earthworms are crawling, and there is even water. There is a tree just growing inside this glass. Now the sun is there, it gives the light. A tree, or you can say a little plant, uses the water, the sun, the oxygen, the carbon dioxide the earthworms release and make their own food, and then release oxygen. It Then the oxygen is used by the earthworms. They inhale oxygen and release carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is used by the plants. So then the water plays an essential role. Without water, earthworms would not survive. Without water, the plant would not survive. So how would there be the water cycle in this terrarium? So the sun would give its light, the water will evaporate, then condense right here, and then after condensation it will just revolve around. Then at a point when it's heavy, it will precipitate. After precipitating, the plant will the water cycle will be completed. So the water, and now, so the water might not be infinite. Wait, it can be infinite. No. Is water an alien thing? No, the water can be an alien thing. No. We can be aliens. Water came from a comet when the earth was burning hot or made up of lava. The water came the comet crashed on the comet contained ice. The ice contained microorganisms, which after the comet crashed into the lava, the ice melted and became water, and then water covered the whole lava and became oceans. The water contained microorganisms. The microorganisms eventually led to the evolution, and then when we evolved slowly into the humans. We might be aliens. Very good. I'm going off topic again. So then you see, our earth is like a terrarium. The same water that existed centuries ago, like just I told you, is right now existing. They might even hold some secrets if we can find a way to get to it. So the major sources of water are ponds, rivers, springs of glaciers, ocean bodies, and sea. But the major sources of fresh water might only be some few: ponds, rivers, and glaciers. Only 3 out of 5. But these 3 major sources of fresh water are very small. Seas and oceans cover the most part of the earth. As you can see here, this is the world map. Okay, and if we turn to the next page, the water is distributed between all of these sources. The water is in oceans, ice caps, groundwater, freshwater lakes, inland seas and salt lakes, in the atmosphere and in the rivers. So before that, let me tell you the average salinity percentage of oceans are 3.50%. No. Yeah, 3.50 percentage. So no, 35%, I think. Did I write it wrong? It is 3.5%. You can go and Google it. I don't know it. So the average salinity means the average amount of salt present in the water per milliliter. Okay, I think per milliliter. It can be per liter as well. So we all know that that 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. If there is more water than land on this earth, why do so many countries face water scarcity? Is all the water on earth available to us? The following table gives the distribution of water in percentage. Okay, so here is the table. Where did the table go? The table distribute. This is the table. Okay, so let's see. The ocean contains 97.3% and it is saline water. Ice caps is 2.0% to 99, so 99.3% is already covered. Groundwater covers 0.68 percentage. Freshwater lakes contain 0.009 percentage. Inland seas and salt lakes also contain 0.009 percentage. So atmosphere contains 0.019 percentage of the water. The rivers contain 0.0001 percentage of water. So the whole, we see a river, we go like, oh my, that river is huge. But the river only contains 0.001 percentage of water. Then how large will be the ocean, which contains 97.3 percentage of water? Do you know what's crazy? Water. Because it can drown us to death, boil us to death, and freeze us to death. But we still need it to survive. So that's all for today's video. Bye and have a nice day. And if you are thinking what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to think about on this fact. Why is water crazy? Okay, bye. Bye and have a nice day.